everyone, welcome you back in my geography class. Here I am, your Devika ma'am. Today we are going to start a new chapter of class 8. The name of the chapter is Industries. In this chapter, we are going to read about primarily the industries. In today's video, we are going to discuss these 5 topics. What are the 5 topics? Manufacturing, industry, factors affecting location of an industry, industrial system and industrial regions. So without wasting much of our time, let's get started.
Dear children, have you ever thought that the papers that you use in your notebook, from where do you get them? So today, let me give you the answer. We get the papers from the trees. Trees are cut down and then they are transported to the pulp mill to obtain the wood pulp. Now, some chemicals are mixed along with the wood pulp and they are processed in the machines to obtain paper. Now, we have obtained the paper. Now, we need to draw the lines in the paper. How they are drawn? The lines in the paper are drawn with the help of the ink. Now we will bind the papers. That means we are going to put together all the papers and we will manufacture the notebook. Then the notebook will be sold in the market. We can see that the paper that is made from the pulp have had value added to them at each stage of the manufacturing process. As you can see, that tree is a raw material which is cut down and then it is transported to the pulp mill from where we obtain the wood pulp, and then some chemicals are mixed along with the wood pulp and we obtain the paper. Paper is a valuable product. Now we bind the paper and we obtain the notebook, which is more valuable than paper. So we can see that with each stage, value is added in the manufacturing process. So now let us know what you mean by manufacturing.
What is manufacturing then? Manufacturing is referred as the production of goods in large quantities after processing the raw materials into more valuable finished products. So what do you mean by manufacturing? Manufacturing is referred as the production of goods in large quantities after processing the raw materials into more valuable finished products. Manufacturing falls under the secondary activities. In our last chapter, we have already discussed about the different types of economic activities. Which are the economic activities that we have discussed? Let us recapitulate. So what do you mean by economic activities? Activities that are concerned with the production and consumption of goods and services with the use of money. We have also discussed about the 3 types of economic activities. The first one are the primary activities, which are concerned with the production and extraction of natural resources. Number 2 are the secondary activities, which are connected with the processing and manufacturing. As we have read that manufacturing falls under the secondary activities. So what we have understood that raw material is obtained from where? From the primary activities like the tree. That is the raw material. From the tree we obtain the paper, that is a valuable product. And from the paper we manufacture notebooks, which is the finished product, and this is much more valuable and it has much more utility. So we can see that secondary activities are those activities which are connected with the processing and manufacturing. Here the raw material is processed into paper and then the paper is manufactured into the notebook. So here we can see that the raw material is processed into the finished product, which is much more valuable and has more utility. Now the third economic activities are the tertiary activities, which provides support to the primary and secondary activities through their service, like banking, insurance, transportation. So these are included in the tertiary activities. So there are three types of economic activities. They are primary activities, secondary activities and tertiary activities. The last chapter that we have read, that is agriculture, is related to the primary activities, and in this chapter we are going to read about the manufacturing, which is related to the secondary activities. Now as we are talking about the secondary activities or manufacturing, it is very important for us to know that manufacturing industries is one of the major industries on which development of any country's economy depends. So we can say that the economic strength of any country is measured by the development of its manufacturing industries. So let us find out that why the development of manufacturing industries are so important. Importance of manufacturing industries. Now let us know that why the manufacturing industries or the industrial growth are very, very important. As there will be industrial growth, it will help to modernize agricultural activities. So agricultural activities will get modernized and thus the production will also increase. It will reduce unemployment as there will be more industries, more employment opportunities will be created, so unemployment will be reduced, and poverty, and as there will be secured job, then poverty will also be reduced. It helps to expand trade and commerce. As there will be more industrial growth, it will help to expand trade and commerce. As trade and commerce will expand, it will increase the export of goods. More will be the export of goods. That means that more goods will be exported to other countries. More will be the foreign exchange. So we can say that it will also help to increase the flow of foreign exchange in our country. So that is why the manufacturing industries are very, very important, because it will help to modernize agricultural activities. Thus the production will increase, it will reduce unemployment and poverty, it will expand trade and commerce, which will increase the export of goods, and thus the flow of foreign exchange in our country will also increase. Now, as we are talking about the industrial growth, so we need to understand what do you mean by industry. So now let us understand what you mean by an industry. Industry. Now let us know what do you mean by an industry. An economic activity that is concerned with the production of goods, extraction of minerals, or provision of services. So what do you mean by an industry? An economic activity that is concerned with the production of goods, extraction of minerals, or provision of services is known as industry. Thus we have iron and steel industry, which is concerned with production of goods. We have coal mining industries, which are concerned with extraction of minerals. And we have the tourism industry, which is the service provider. Now, as we're talking about the industries, is it possible to construct or start any industry anywhere or everywhere? No, it is not possible, because there are certain factors on which the location of industries depends on. So we can say that there are certain factors which affect the location of industries. So now let us find out which are the factors that affect the location of industries. Factors that affects the location of industries. Now let us discuss that which are the factors that affects the location of industries. So the first factor is land. There should be availability of land, flat land, which is suitable for the construction of industries at cheaper price. If the price of the land is cheaper, it is more convenient for the industries to get located in those lands. Now, after land, we need raw materials, because without raw materials, it is not possible for the industry to run. So there should be easy availability of raw materials, or we can say that industries should be located close to the source of raw materials, especially for the heavy industries like the iron and steel industry, where it is not possible to carry the bulky raw materials to far distances. So it is best that industries should be located close to the source of raw materials. After raw materials, industries need water. There should be adequate supply of water, because water plays a very important role in the manufacturing process. It is important for each stage of manufacturing. After water, we need electricity or power. So there should be regular supply of power. Without power, it is not possible to run the machine and it is not possible to run the manufacturing process. After electricity, we need capital. That means we need money, because everything in the industry, that means procurement of raw materials, investment in machines, or paying the wages of the laborers, all can be done only with the help of the money. So capital plays a very important role in the location of industries. So industries will try to locate in those areas where banking and insurance services are available. We need labor. Without labor, it is not possible for the industry to run. So we need skilled and cheap laborers to work. So supply of skilled and cheap laborers in abundance plays a very important role in the location of industries. Now let us know that what are the other factors that affect the location of industries. Now the next factor that affect the location of industries are markets. Now, markets plays a very important role in the location of industries. Now, we have the raw materials. We process the raw material into a finished product. Now, this finished product needs to be sold. Where it will be sold? It will be sold in the market. So, industries will be located near to the market. So, nearness to the market is a very important factor that affects the location of industries. Then we need well-developed transportation and communication system. Now we have the raw materials. From where we will get the raw materials? From the field. Now this raw materials will be transported to the mill or industry, and then the finished product will be transported to the market. Now all this needs well-developed transportation and communication system. If there will be no proper developed communication and transportation system, that is waterways, railways, roadways, then how the raw materials will be transported to the industry and how the finished product will be transported to the market. So we need well-developed transportation and communication system. Another important factor that plays a key role in deciding the location of industries are the government policies. Sometimes government provides incentives like subsidized taxes, lower transportation cost, and other infrastructural facilities. Why? So that industries can develop in the backward areas. So in the backward areas, it is very important to have industrial development. Then only those areas which are backward will develop. So in that case, government provides incentives like subsidized taxes, lower transportation costs, and other infrastructural facilities so that industries can develop in the backward areas. Now, these are all the factors that affect the location of industries. Now, in any place where industries starts or develops, we will see that it leads to employment opportunities and thus it will attract a large number of laborers. Now, as the laborers will get attracted, so here near the industries, the laborers will start settling down and thus it will create settlement. With the settling of the laborers, we will see that schools, colleges, more banking services, transportation, and other modern means will develop. And slowly this area will convert into an urban area. So thus we can say that industrialization leads to urbanization. Now, as we are talking about industrialization, we also need to understand that industry is a system. So when we are talking of industry, we need to understand the industrial system. So now let us know what do you mean by industrial system. Industrial system. Now we will see that industries are also seen as a system because it consists of inputs, processes, and outputs. For example, if we talk about the manufacturing of cloth, then we have the inputs. What are the inputs? We have the raw materials. The cotton balls are the raw materials. We have labor. We have capital, machines. All these are inputs. Now, then there will be certain processes which will process the raw material into a manufactured or finished product. What are the processes? Like weaving, spinning, knitting. All these are the processes, and after it passed through the stage of process, we will get the output, that is the shirt that we wear. Now here, as we are talking about manufacturing of clothes, here are some inputs, that is the raw materials, labor, capital and machines. There are certain processes which the raw materials have to pass through, that is weaving, spinning, knitting, and then we obtain the output, that is the end or the finished product, that is shirt. So this whole process, which consists of inputs, processes and output, is referred to as an industrial system. Now we will see that there are some industries which are located close to each other. Why? To share the benefits of closeness. For example, if many industries are located close to each other, the transportation cost will get reduced. So that will be a benefit which will be shared because of the closeness of the industries. So as we can see that the industries which are located close to each other to share the benefits of closeness, these are known as industrial regions. So now let us know about some of the major industrial regions of the world and of our country, India. Major industrial regions of the world are Eastern North America, Western Europe, Central Europe, Eastern Europe, and Eastern Asia. Major industrial regions in India are Mumbai Pune cluster, Bangalore Tamil Nadu region, Hooghly region, Ahmedabad Baroda region, Chota Nagpur industrial belt, Vishakhapatnam Guntur belt, Gurgaon, Delhi, Meerut region, and Kollam, Tiruvananthapuram industrial cluster. I hope all of you understood the topics that we have discussed in today's video. We have discussed about the economic activities, the manufacturing industries, importance of manufacturing industries, what do you mean by an industry. We have discussed about the factors that affect the location of an industry. We have also discussed about an industrial system and the industrial regions. If you have any problem in understanding any part of the topic, let me know by a comment in the comment box given below. You can also take the help of the PDF that has been attached in the description box for better understanding of the chapter. If you like my video, do hit the like button and share the video among your friends. Don't forget to subscribe my channel to watch more videos on different topics. I will be back soon with a new video and a new topic. Till then, take care and stay safe. Thank you.